All right, Gooners, welcome to Gooners Gone Wild, Fulham 2, Arsenal 2, post-match reactions with Doc, Ari, and our emotional support cat, Pablo. We definitely need Pablo after this game. So let's just talk about it. Doc, I'm going to go to you first. What are your feelings?
Well, I was making some food right as the game started, and I come back and we're already down 1-0. So I was stressed from the start, and I saw what happened with the goal. I mean, Saka gave the ball away, but props to Pereira. I don't think that's Ramsdale's fault at all when we went 1-0 down. Like Pereira finished it. Like maybe positioning wise, like I mean, he's where he needs to be for us to possess, but I can't blame anybody other than Saka on that one,
Mm.
unfortunately. And then like I didn't necessarily like how we started. Starting lineup was interesting. Would have liked to see Zinni start. Maybe it was match fitness and other stuff like that, but I think we could have started the match a lot better. What about you, Ari? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean that's just really unfortunate start. I was also getting food, so I missed the first goal as well in the first couple of minutes. And like Gabe said, we come back and it's 1-0. It's just like ah, here we go. Like we can never just can never have a fucking easy day as an Arsenal fan. But yeah, I don't think we got the lineup correct today. I don't just for a large portion of the game. Um, Trossard wasn't making those runs into the box the way he was, and creating opportunities for us, and like just movement off the ball. And again, Havertz is making it difficult for us to support him. Uh, but I don't know. I don't think we got the lineup correct today. Um, as much as have said, I've said Trossard should start at the nine in the past. It wasn't it today. I don't know. All of his touches were off. Like every single touch he had in the first half was really poor. His dribbling wasn't there. I don't know.
VeeKay, I can tell you are holding in some stuff you want to get off your chest.
Okay.
Please take the floor. The floor is yours.
Listen. All I'm gonna say is right. I have the right to slate Havertz, and us three, have the right to slate Havertz because we gave him opportunities. We said we're gonna ignore the preseason. We're gonna ignore the first couple of games because, not gonna lie, last game he actually did pretty well off movement,
Well,
off the
yeah.
ball. But today, I think we saw the Chelsea Havertz and not the Leverkusen Havertz. I'm not gonna lie. When you go 1-0 down in 2 minutes and it's the 20th minute, and I see you jogging from midfield when you're supposed to be playing more forward, not even midfield. I mean like in our half towards the midfield, not like while we're taking the ball up. That shows that you're lazy. That shows that you're not willing to play for the team. And yeah, I think I'm kind of done with you at this moment. The missed tap in that he had. Literally, I think anybody else on the pitch, bar our defenders, probably would have tapped that in. And then the ball that Saka whipped across in the box, and he just didn't even attempt to go for it when he was on the 6 yard line. Like,
That one hurt. That one hurt. I think the tap in was a bit harder of a chance,
yes,
but
yes.
that one, the one where Saka whipped that ball across, he should have at
Yeah, he
least
didn't.
been
He didn't even make an effort.
trying
Didn't
for it.
try. And
He just watched it go the whole way across the 6 yard
when,
box.
let's say it's in the 89th minute and you do that, granted, that's still pretty bad, but I can at least understand, right? When you're in the 32nd minute doing that, no, bro. If you the thing that makes players like Eddie, Saka, Martin so world class is they will break a leg if it means scoring a goal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dude,
It's just that hunger. It's that hunger to
it's
score.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
Like we all have, in my opinion, more passion for the badge than he does right now.
It's like they're playing for this.
Like,
Like all those guys that you mentioned are playing for this, and I think that yeah,
and I think low key he's just collected a paycheck because like he's got he's one of the biggest salary earners on the which again I'm not even gonna get into that. We've already discussed it. The one other person that I kind of want to call out a little bit is I think we're seeing a lot of and it's actually funny because once Ari told me this is all I literally see now is Martinelli's struggling a little bit. I think this season we're seeing a lot of forward, not a lot of creativity that we did the first game. He was doing all right, but I noticed that a lot last game, and this game he was just making those singular runs. And I'm just that worries me a little bit. I think now that Zinchenko is going to hopefully be back in the starting 11, I think we might see that creativity unlocked a little bit more. But
also going on with that, we haven't seen Jesus up top, and from my opinion, to get the most out of Martinelli, you need a forward like Jesus who can cycle in and out with him. Eddie in the past last season, we saw it as well. Those 10 games where Eddie was playing or like bagging goals whenever Jesus was hurt, we didn't see as much from Martinelli because you didn't have that free-flowing football of Jesus and him just circulating and rotating, because that's who works together well with him on that side. And I mean, also you have Havertz more on that side, who hasn't been playing well and not able to like feed the ball to him as much. Going back to the Trossard point, though, I don't think he can play 9 for us, or I don't think he should be playing 9 for us. I think he needs to be on the left wing.
Yeah, like, or in that 10. I like
so when Martinelli's struggling, we can just slide Trossard over, which I think should have happened. Instead of Trossard coming off, Eddie goes into the 9, Martinelli comes off, and Trossard slides out. That's what I would have liked to see.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah. Let's talk about some positives, because whenever it's a 2-2 draw, there is some positives. Let's talk about that performance by Fabio Vieira. That's my man of the match.
Incredible.
That's my man of the match.
For sure. Created both opportunities.
Yeah, both opportunities. It was a breath of fresh air when he came in. We saw that the life get breathed back into the squad. He's been the victim of many criticisms from me in the past, but you know what? Today, very good, very good. I'm always that type of person to be like, listen, got to give the flowers. As well as Zinchenko, man. I know Ari's a big Zinchenko fan.
Yes.
And so, Ari, how do you feel about his cameo appearance today?
Oh yeah, absolutely. As soon as him and Fabio came on, it changed the game completely. Like it turned it on its head, and like we were dangerous. We were making progressive passes forward. We were breaking lines. Like it's everything you want to see in the way we play. And as soon as they came on, we were seeing a lot of that. We were getting in behind. We were breaking lines, and we were getting services across into the box. Like he's just so class. And like every single service he put in was like, most of them were to the back post, but like they're whipped in with such like pace, and like if a defender's not getting on it, like it's gonna find one of our players' heads, but unfortunately not today.
Yeah, and there was a lot of quality key passes that he was making in those short amount of time. So I think he's got to be in that starting 11. Let's talk about Eddie again on the score line. That's huge. That's huge. I think Arteta has a really hard choice to make between Nketiah and Jesus, which is again really good. The other thing I want to bring up is Saka bearing a penalty. Our star boy's back on penalty duty. Clinical penalty too. Looked like he scuffed it a little bit, but that was, I think, just because of the rain. I don't think it was anything that he did. I think it was just he had a little slip. But
they tried to ice him.
I was just about to say, let's talk about the readjusting of the ball on the penalty spot. First of all, I mean, you guys can agree with me that the PKs in the World Cup that we saw and the PKs in the Nations League final. Now, granted, that's a joke of MLS is a joke of a league, but any other penalty, we see the ball slightly off the ball or off the mark, right?
So it wasn't even off the mark,
and it wasn't. And then we see Saka reset the ball, and guess what? He put it in the exact same position, and it was fine. So
they're literally just trying to ice him, which is crazy.
And then the blatant 4 NFL tackles they didn't call. Anthony Robinson guilty of 3 of those. You know what I mean? So, again, it's an agenda. It's an agenda. There always will be an agenda versus Arsenal, and this is an agenda VeeKay coming out. But, yeah, so what do you guys think? What are some highlights that you guys think of the game?
Me personally, like, going off of Zinni, like, the subs that Arteta made, I know a lot of us probably looked at that, and I was like, okay, you're bringing on Zinni, good. You're bringing on Eddie. Are you bringing on Vieira? And, like, the players that you're taking off. These these subs are going to struggle. What are they going to bring to the match? And they played so damn well. Like the thing with Zinni that he brings, he needs to start whenever he's healthy. He brings the ability to like slot into that midfield very comfortably, but he is able to break like two lines with a single pass better than any of the outside backs that we have because he's not afraid to make those passes.
Right.
And those help us just move forward. But I have to give like my player of the match. I would love to say Fabio, but I have to give it to Nketiah for whenever he came in.
True.
Personally, I don't think he can be dropped. I think he needs to start and he needs to be playing more consistently. He works his butt off and he's been bagging goals.
And he has that hunger.
Like,
He has that
and
desire. To
he
prove
plays
himself.
for, if there's a player from our academy now, obviously Saka and them, but Eddie has gone through trials and tribulations where he's just been on the bench, barely got any playing time, and he just puts his head down and grinds it out. And whenever he gets his chances, he's taken them, especially the past 2 seasons. So I think that it's going to be a lot harder for Arteta to drop Eddie and just slide Jesus back in. I think Eddie needs to get more time up top this season and be playing more consistently until he potentially struggles. Because I think he's going to be able to play really, really well for us. And props to him for the finish that he had and the energy that he brought into the squad because the three subs that came in just changed the match completely.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think Rice did really well today too.
Rice, yes.
I mean, he's like not a lot to talk about, but he did well under pressure.
Mr. Consistent.
Yeah, it's just like Rodri. Yeah, like you don't really see much of him, but like he has a consistent performance all the way through the game. So
yeah. And I guess, I mean, yeah, again, with my positives, I also want to give a shout out to Saliba for that last-ditch effort tackle on Traore. You know, it was a little bit of a risk, but, you know, he did enough to put him off, and that allowed Ramsdale to save it. I hope
Ramsdale chest face save.
I would say I hope Ramsdale. I hope that woke him up a little bit. I think that second goal was a little bit suspect from him. I don't know why he's covering his near post when there's three defenders covering the near post when the middle was literally wide open. But again, that's just something that I think about. But you know, I think Raya's in his head a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I do think Raya's in his head a little bit.
It's healthy competition. I think the second goal is tough for a lot of keepers. Even if he's in the middle of his goal, that's coming through traffic, it's going side netting. It is a great finish. Like a really, really good finish. I think he could have done better positioning wise, yes, but I think that ball still probably ends up in the back of the net.
Yeah.
And we're saying that ball coming across your body, like with your right foot, is not easy to finish.
Ridiculous.
Oh no,
finish.
it's not.
Going
Yeah,
far
no.
post like that's ridiculous.
Absolutely ridiculous. But I agree. I think Raya is probably in his head a little bit. It's healthy competition, and he knows, look, if I slip up a lot, there's going to be a goalie that's going to come in, and I might not get my spot back if he's playing well.
Yeah.
Because Raya's a really quality keeper. I've seen some videos on Instagram of their training sessions, and Raya looks filthy.
He looks sick, bro.
Like, he looks so good.
Yeah, and I'm not discrediting Ramsdale at all. I'm just saying,
having
two class keepers, as much as I love Turner,
it's
having
fun.
two class keepers is going to be sick for the UCL.
Oh my god, yeah.
But
you guys think?
sorry,
I was going to say. Do you guys think the reason we were off a little bit today was because of the torrential downpour? Because like you guys saw the cam and it's just pouring.
Thunder?
Yeah.
I've never heard thunder in a game before. Like, if I have, it was a long time ago. But I've never heard
other
it
than when you played in.
Yeah. Well, other than the ones that I played in, obviously. But flashbacks of when Ari and I played Sunday League in that torrential downpour. It was like we couldn't even see down the other side of the pitch.
Oh my god, that was awful.
Some of those games like that, though, honestly, are a lot of fun.
They're
I
the
love
most fun.
playing in the rain.
Yeah,
they're like you slide 15 yards.
I think I bagged in that game too. I think I did.
Nice.
I don't know, maybe.
But the weather, I think it probably played a little bit into how we started. But us going down one goal in the first minute is always putting us on the it's on the back foot.
Yeah.
And then you're constantly chasing the game. Hopefully we see better lineups in the future from Arteta because I do think that the starting lineup was wrong.
Yeah, and I think it's time for Gabriel to come back in the starting 11 as well.
100%. I agree. Why do you think he's been out? I've been
I
meaning
don't
to
know.
ask
I
that.
think he's trying. I think it is tactical. I don't think there's any question on Gabriel's character. I think it's just genuinely believe Arteta's trying to make a Odegaard, Rice, Partey, Havertz midfield and still try to play, Martinelli, Saka, Saliba, like all, like, you know what I mean, like all of them. I think there's still. I think he's trying to do that. I just don't think it's working, and unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to move on, and I think we need to move on from Havertz. But I know it's probably gonna be a party that he's probably gonna drop. So, I would like to see Gabriel back on the side, though.
Yeah, I agree. There needs to be people that are dropped, but I don't think it's Gabriel. And I think one of the reasons why we might be seeing Saka struggling a little bit more on the outside is because he doesn't have the support from Ben White. Those two on the side, like on that right side, have ridiculous chemistry, and they are so good playing off of each other. Like with White overlapping whenever Saka cuts inside or White coming inside, they play so much better together. So I'd like to see White back on the right side.
And
What
it is
about Art?
weird because I don't know, like both Ben White and Saliba are right-footed center backs, so like you usually want to try to have a left-footed center back at left center back. So it is a little bit weird. And Kiwi are playing left back today. It was just like I don't know. It really threw me for a loop. Like if we have Zinchenko available, I don't understand why we are. I mean,
Yeah.
I understand because Party's moving into the midfield role, but like in terms of ball progression and like. I feel like Zinchenko is so much better, so I don't understand why Zinchenko's not playing that inverted role, and then we're just pushing Ben out to the right and playing Gabriel. I don't know. It's weird to me.
I will say though, lads, it's better than a loss. A draw is better than a loss, and I think even though we feel like that is more of a defeat than it is a win in that draw scenario, we still have 0 losses in the Prem.
We've come a long way.
There's gonna be There's gonna be
pissed off about this.
There's gonna be never forget the 0-3 start in the season. That was fun. But no, there's gonna be other big teams that slip. It could be Man United fans who got their first victory today this week. Congratulations. Happy for you, Man United friends. You're in for a long ride. But yeah, so but just to wrap it up, any of you guys have any final thoughts before we sign it off and we say see you until next week?
Did we ever talk about the Palace match?
We never went.
We never did. We could do that separately though. Yeah, we'll do that separately.
We can do that another time.
All right, y'all. So 2-2 final. Next week we play United, right? Is it United next week or is it?
Yeah, United next week.
Yep. So we play United. I think that's a big dub for us. I do think we need to go back to the old line. But anyway, that's been us. GGW. If you guys did subscribe. Comment down below. Let us know your thoughts, your opinions on the games. Follow us on all the socials. And as always, come on, you Gunners. You know what? And I'm going to kiss the badge. I'm going to kiss the badge since Kai Havertz won't. All right. Hey. We got Ozil. Oh, we went from Ozil to Havertz. That doesn't matter. We're leaving. Goodbye. Goodbye.